Praise be to God. My name is Jediel Muriuki Geoffrey, Administrator, Shiloh Christian Ministry. We are glad that you are joining us from wherever we are. We welcome you to partner and to be with us in this ministry this day. God has blessed us. It has been a great day of great revelation of what God is assuring us that He shall do. The message of today has been an assurance from God that was delivered from the book of Isaiah 41, verses 17 to 20. This is a prophecy that was being given to Judah and Israel for their restoration. That God was referring to a simple group of poor who God sent while they may thirst and may not get water to their tanks. When they seek help, they may not be able to get from anywhere else. God was rising for them and giving them an assurance that He will not forsake them. And in belief, we have examined how the year has been, the destruction that has been caused by the virus in the whole world, and many other things that have been able to affect our faith. And in conclusion, we may say that we are poor. And in that state, we get encouragement from the words of Isaiah, who assures us that our thirst shall be quenched, that there will be supplies of waters. In this text, God is talking about the four waters. Number one is the rivers. Number two is fountains. Number three is pool. And number four is wells. In every circumstance of our life, God has a special supply of water. We start by saying in the desolate eyes, in the areas where we have been lifted, we lived a life of abundance, we are highly exalted, we are highly sent about in the community. But while in those highs, challenges befell us. And the people who regarded us as important have continued to regard us. But deep in our souls as individuals, we are learning desolate. We are learning desperate. Because the supply that is expected from us is not constant. And that way we feel like we are fainting. But God this day is saying, in those eyes that we were lifted, in those mountains, in those high places, we are regarded. God is giving us an assurance. Despite the challenges that we went through, He is saying that He is going to cause rivers into those mountains. Why rivers? Naturally, we understand scientifically, rivers, most of them flow down the hills. But in this text, the Bible is saying that God is going to cause a miraculous thing, a reversal of flow of the rivers. And instead of rivers flowing down, they shall flow up because of us. It will be mysterious, it will be a steady supply, because they shall have been caused by God Himself. So in the areas where you feel desperate, in areas where you feel empty, where other people may not know about it, you personally, you know what you are going through, and you feel like giving up. Don't give up, my dear brother, my dear sister. The Lord of heaven is giving an assurance that He is going to give the rivers that are going to restore you, that are going to refreshen you, that are going to make you become again, and you shall never lack. Number two, He talks about the valley. A valley is a place of darkness, a place where you are shrouded over, A valley is a place where you are not regarded as somebody. It's a place of desperation. But God is saying that He is going to cause an opening, that He shall cause the fountains to flow. Fountains are the sources of the river. Fountains are the sources of water. And God is saying that while you are in that valley, He is not going to leave you, but He is going to cause the fountains for the steady supply of your needs. He is going to make you quenched. He is going to make you fulfilled, and He shall meet your desires. It may happen to be very small thing, but remember, even the big rivers, when they are starting from the fountain, they start very small. Don't despise that small fountain that the Lord is causing in your life. It is going to be steady. And I want to tell you that the destiny of that fountain will be a big river, will be a big supply to the community, will be a big supplies to many. They shall be left asking, we never expected this from that humble beginning. You may be starting in a very minor way, in a very simple way, but the Lord is saying He is coming for you. He is causing an opening that will leave people marveled, that will leave people desiring your God. He continues further to talk about the wilderness. Wilderness is a place of wandering, where there is a vast emptiness. It can only be preserved for ecosystem. There is no fruitfulness. There is nothing meaningful that come from the desert. But in that desert that you may be going through, the Lord is giving an assurance that He is going to cause the pools of waters in the wilderness. There is nothing important in the wilderness like an oasis. He is going to cause the waters to quench your needs. He is going to cause the oasis that will bring meaning into the life again, that will bring revival into whatever you are doing, and the people shall call you blessed. In that area that people think it cannot be fruitful, by the causing of God Himself, by God making the pools to happen, He will lead you. The psalmist had this in mind when he said that He leadeth me into still waters. May the Lord lead you into the still waters in your desert. It so happened to Agai and Ishmael when they were in the verge of death, when there was emptiness, when there was fainting, when there was no hope. God opened a pool in the desert and opened the eyes of Hagar, and she was able to see a pool in the desert. In whatever you are going through, may the Lord open your eyes so that you can identify the pool that will bring supply and life and success into your life, and people will lift the name of the God of Israel. When we go further, we find God giving an assurance that in the dry land He is going to cause the wells. He will cause the springs to come. What happens in the dryness? Because there has been shortage of rain, the land is fertile, but there is nothing that can be produced because there is no transfer of nutrients from the soil to the plant. But God is giving us an assurance this afternoon that He is going to cause the waters from the ground that are going to transfer nutrient, and you shall be a plant that will bear fruit. You might have not experienced joy. You might have not experienced any supply, but you are going through the life of dryness, through the life of mockery. But I want to declare to you that God is causing the wells, and people shall call you blessed. People shall ask, is this the man? And to all God be the glory. May the word of God this day be the source of your supply. Be the source that you can turn to. You cannot turn to man, but to God himself. May the Lord bless you. May the Lord encourage you and give you a miracle that will be a testimony in the remaining days of the year. May the Lord bless you. Welcome back to our service. Thank you.